conditioning like in today's practice? You said it was a little bit more high tempo today.
I'm not kidding. That was probably the hardest practice I've ever been a part of. That's no joke. It was a tough practice. It was a tough one. It was good for us. I mean, it's a camp practice, so at the end of it, it's a tough practice, but good for us to get in shape and see how we can execute when we're tired. And at the end of it was a long one.
Is that what the deal was when you were kind of kneeled over on the side? That was just getting your breath?
Yeah, getting my breath there. Yeah, it was hot.
Was it just the tempo today?
Tempo, speed, physicality, the whole thing. I mean, we're moving drill to drill. That's how coach wants it, and I think that was kind of that was one of the hardest ones we've had yet, and one of the hardest ones I've been a part of. So it's only going to make us better, and we just got to buy into it. And guys we're down a little bit on numbers here and there, and guys that are there just got to grind through and get through it and execute when their numbers called.
Great practice again. Where are you feeling progress with the offense, even if it's not showing in production every day?
Yeah, I think we're just getting a better sense as to what we're comfortable with. I know in meetings when we talk about certain things, we get a sense as to, let's try this time. If we get this look again, let's do this and that. But definitely, how our run game is going to complement our pass game. I thought like yesterday when we did our play-it period, we really got to see like where the run game is at, with being able to move the ball and then use play actions off of that stuff. So encouraging in that part, still got ways to go, but I think we're progressing and we're just going to continue to get better from here.
Cole, how much have you dealt with impatience in your first couple of years here, your own impatience?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you want everything now, right? I'm a young guy, and I've always kind of had things kind of hit quickly for me in that sense. But from guys that I've talked to, whether it's veterans, you got a guy now in Ryan Griffin or Jimmy Graham or guys you talk to at like this tight end youth thing, it's different for everybody, and there's different ways to go about a lot of it. Situation, how things are going around you, how what offense you're in, things of that nature. So a lot of it is just trusting your own process, creating a schedule for you and sticking to it, and knowing that blocking out the outside noise and just sticking to what and what you're doing, and just focus on getting better each and every day.
Did you deal with more impatience about the opportunities you were getting, thinking I could do more than this, or impatience about things weren't clicking quite for you?
Yeah, see, when you say like for you, I don't really look at it like that. It's more like for us. This whole thing is about winning, and that's like where the impatience comes from. You want to be in a winning team, and I can tell you this: if we're winning games, and I'm turning, everyone else is probably doing pretty well, and that includes me. So I think that's where the impatience mostly sets in. Is you want to win the games for this franchise. I'm a kid that grew up in this area, and like I want to be part of a winning team here, and a team that will go and win a Super Bowl. That's what I want to be part of, and that's where the impatience sets in. You want to see that happen, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of a process for it to happen.
To that end, Cole, you of all people can understand skepticism about a Bears offense when it's in such
Absolutely, yeah.
It's such a formative stage. It's hard to see the progress. Can you see the big picture yet? Can you see where this offense is headed? And is it any different from what you saw on paper when you heard about Getsy and the offense? And
Yeah, I think like you talk about big picture. Obviously, like that's the end goal. But you got to stick to the process of going day to day with it, and just getting better each and every day. Whatever they got on the script for us, we got to get better at, and we just got to move forward along with that. And if we just get better each and every day, and it's an old like 1% better each day. I know that sounds really corny and stuff, but really that's like where you're going to get to your end goal and to the big picture stuff. But focus on the big picture all the time, maybe not be the best thing, because you're going to be disappointed most of the time.
is that process the same as it was the year before and the year before that?
Yeah, I think for me individually it is. I mean, obviously we got a new coaching staff in, and their process is different from, the old process that we had. Like their way of going about things is a little bit different, and it's on us players just to fully buy in and trust this process.
Well, is there anything you've learned from this new staff about your game that you didn't maybe recognize before, that they've been able to kind of bring out of you, because they're kind of using you everywhere?
Yeah, I think what's been really good with me, not only Jim Dre, who's been a guy that was in the league, built his way in through special teams and a really, really good blocker on tape when you watch him. So I was able to pick up some things there, and technique-wise, and that through Ryan as well, Ryan Griffin. And then, these one-on-one drills have been great for me, just working working press and things like that, and getting feedback from Luke and Tim Zetz. Those two guys have been really helpful with me with my releases. You know, it's been nice, like, not to. They don't necessarily coach on the end result, like, oh, did I catch the ball at the end of it, but like, how was my release? So we break it down and things like that. What did I do at the top of the route? So really just breaking down how I go about a route and my route progression and things like that. So yeah, they've opened my eyes to things, and you know, I've been really putting it to work in practice, and I think it's been going well so far.
You said, Getz had said that you have a lot of cool tools that you're still trying to use and to maximize. Do you feel that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you know, we got a lot of practice here, and like, I get a lot of opportunities to try out these different tools, and that's really exciting. So I'm not afraid to go out and try stuff. It may not work all the time, and that's all right. But like, I'm okay like failing here or there just to see how it works, and in the end, it's only going to get me better.
Is there any examples of stuff that you've tried and?
Yeah, I think just like different, you know, these past couple of days, different types of releases at the line, and then you know, trying those things. I had one that worked, one that didn't work. But, you know, it's encouraging when things work, and, you know, you add it to the toolbox, and when things don't work, you know, you just chalk it up and, you know, all right, I'm not going to do that one again. But, and then there's things just, you know, within the routes that we have that you can kind of play around with, you know, not always going about it the same way, you know, kind of changing it up on a linebacker versus a DB or safety, you know, how you approach it. So it's been fun, you know, day to day, kind of trying these new tools and stuff, and I'm going to keep doing it, you know, from here to the start of the season.
Preseason game action?
Well, when you say like extensive, how do I put it?
Game is good.
No, like I think it's good. Like these are great ways to put your tools to the test. You know, obviously. But you know, we're gonna trust the coaching staff with what they want to do with us. You know, I'm all bought in. Whatever they want to do, I'm gonna do.
Probably not extensive preseason.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna be asking, you know, begging coach to go back in there at the fourth quarter in the preseason game, but. No, I think any opportunity you have to work on the toolbox and things like that, it's only an opportunity to get better. So that's how I look at it.
He feels like they're kind of on the doorstep, or maybe said the verge of a breakthrough. Do you feel that? And if so, what tells you that?
Yeah, I think just the understanding of the offense, really. I had some routes today that I was really happy with just coverage recognition and just going, you know, and just playing fast. And I think this last week or so, I definitely felt like I've been playing a little more fast with this offense, knowing where to be at, how to get there in a timely manner. So yeah, I think just the understanding of the offense and trusting my tools and you know what I have and what I can do is just going to get me there.
Cole, did you learn quite a bit? I know Jimmy was helpful to you, and you guys had a good relationship. But when Jimmy was here, did you learn some of what he does in those short yardage situations, like goal line or
Yeah. Yeah, I think with him, it's just, you know, him just using his physicality and his basketball background. You can see that with, you know, those jump balls he does and things like that. But yeah, just how to position himself, his body, and things like that. And those are things that I picked up on, and you know, trying to implement in my game as well.
Do you think that those situations, being the guy in those situations,
Yeah.
is probably the biggest change for you this year?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is. But you know, I'm all ready for it, and I'm gonna do my best to get ready and you know, take full advantage of that opportunity.
How do you adapt to Jimmy Graham's moves? Because I feel like Jimmy could have kept boxing people out till he was 55, probably.
Yeah.
He was such a rare athlete.
He really is, yeah.
And you, all due respect, probably don't have some of what he
Yeah.
has had. How do you adapt some of what he did to your game?
Yeah, I think like when you go back, like, I think a lot of tight ends are different when you look at them across the board. Like when you look at like Kittle, you know, Kelsey, Jimmy, like also like all these guys are so different in their game. So what I do is like when you look at guys, like you pick and choose on something. It's like, oh yeah, I can do this, but like I'm actually like more in this lane and in this lane. So you know, you pick some things, you pick some tools that that you can use and you try out, and you try to implement them into your game.
Cole, they've been taking shots at the tight ends all camp. Do you anticipate more deep shots, and do you think you've been underutilized in that regard so far?
Yeah, I mean, as long as we're getting open, yeah, I expect them to, they're giving us opportunities, and yeah, just kind of keep hitting those and show the quarterbacks we can get open on those deep routes.
Well, what's impressed you about Brisker, and what do you like about those matchups with him?
Yeah, he's fun to go against. Him and Eddie, we've been having fun the whole camp. Whether it's one-on-ones or in team drills. Brisker, though, he's physical, man. He gets his hands on, and he's sticky. But he's a physical player, likes playing in the box, which, I respect as a tight end. He's the one to come down and hit you. But, yeah, definitely a good player and respect his game.